So what is wrong with my Orangi Ogon called OJ? Had him for years, ages and ages, but back in the old pond. I'll see if I can find some more pictures of him in the old pond when he used to be in there when he was only sort of so big, 60 centimetre fish he is now. Yeah, over the last, well, it must be at least 4 or 5 weeks, been putting a lot of chemicals in the pond to fend off parasites. Remember we had the Fluke, the Chilodenella, and I've also been putting in some dechlorinator because I believe at the moment that our water company is putting a lot of chlorine or chloramine into the pond, and I can't measure it. That's the only thing, because those trendy units you can buy are dead expensive. So I've not even been able to measure what chlorine is in my pond at the moment because I haven't got one of those units. So what I've seen over the last maybe 4 or 5 videos, and somebody even mentioned it actually, with him sitting in the corners. He doesn't happen to be there today for whatever reason, but if you look back at these videos, and he sort of just sits in the corner on his own with his sort of top, his back exposed for hours. And then when I come down just now, like I said, I've just gone and just took some feed in now, he'll sort of take some and then disappear off down into the water, and then in a little while he'll bob back up again. But he comes up quite well, quite quick, so I'm wondering if he's having problems with his swim bladder. So anyway, went down to see Steve at Peng Koi in Stoke-on-Trent. I'll leave a link to him, his shop and everything down below. Cracking bloke, you know, years and years of decades of experience of dealing with koi, managing koi. He's got his own pond, and fantastic bloke. Anyway, I'll leave it down to. But anyway, I went to see here. Popped in to see him, get some food, and I mentioned it there, and he was like, interesting. So, have you given him a salt bath? I said, no, I haven't. He said, well, I'll tell you what, just pop him in a salt bath, just sort of 2 ounces to the gallon. So not a really high salinity, but just enough. And just get him sitting there for as long as you can. If you can sit in there for as long as you can, basically. If he starts rolling at any point. So I did, and got back. The only thing is, he rolled, as you can see in this video, he rolled straight away. As soon as I put him in, struggling to keep himself upright. So I was like, oh, is this swim bladder problems? Oh man, are we gonna have some issues here? So I kind of held him upright, and we did around sort of 20 minutes in there. So just sort of leave it a few days and see how he gets on. But Steve did say 2 or 3 days later do another salt bath, but keep an eye on him. If he's okay, then just leave it at that. But if you're not sure, just do another salt bath, and then we'll go from there, eh? So I'm going to leave that for 2 or 3 days now, and then have another look. So let's get on with something else while we're here. Right, it's a weekend, so it's filter cleaning time. I don't clean all my bays when I do the filter. I basically just do the vortex and the first brushes section. Now I'm trying something different this year. I know a couple of years back I decided to put some more brushes into my vortex. So I put 3 brushes in there, 1 large one and then 2 little ones around the outside to catch any stuff. But then I found myself having to clear that a little bit more often. So I thought this year, just to try, because you can't knock it till you try it, and every day's a school day, as we all know, is I thought about not putting brushes into my vortex this time. So I'm going to leave it as a vortex to see what happens. And I've done this for since winter. I took them all out over winter, and I haven't put any brushes in this first vortex since then. Results so far are quite positive, because I'm finding that I can see all the rubbish that's settling on the bottom, and I can just either siphon it out with my siphoning thing that you've got to get hold of. If you've got one of these, or you can't get a little bit of poop out of the bottom of your filter system, get one of these I'm using here, because they are marvellous. You know, you just suck the poop out, and you don't have to waste a lot of water. So either get it out with that, or I just open the bottom drain and let it swoosh away through the KPL waste extractor that I put in, it must be almost 2 years ago now, because it completely clears it. So I turn it on for like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds, drain the stuff out, turn it back off again, and that doesn't waste a whole vortex of water. So I'm going to try this and run it for the whole of the season, and decide, do I put the brushes back in, or do I keep the brushes out of the vortex and let it be a vortex? Because as soon as you put the brushes in, it's no longer a vortex. It's the water comes in and then sort of just goes to a grinding halt, because there's all these brushes in the way. So I'm going to keep it running like this for a little bit longer, and then somewhere down the line, before next winter, before winter comes, I'll sort of update and see how it goes from there. Sky pond's not been done for a few weeks either, so I think that needs a damn good clean. Ping. Wow, I got loads done today. Filters done, air stones done, Sky pond done, check on OJ, top stuff. Right, a few days later, update on OJ. Okay, pretty good to be honest. I did a salt bath with him. 2 or 3 days later, did another salt bath with him. Seems okay. I even had him hand feeding, which is almost back to normal for OJ, because he's a really good hand feeder, especially if you've got mussels or prawns. Loves them. He'll take your fingers off for those things. So no, he loves those. As you can see, a few of the others do as well, which is good. It's always a good tip actually if you're trying to do hand feed your fish, is to get some decent temperature in your water first, because they're very high protein, so you've got to be way above the 15 mark, centigrade C. Then what's in Fahrenheit? Is that 70 something? I don't know. And then so yeah, and get some mussels and some prawns and cut them up into bits, and just encourage them to the surface and chuck a couple in, and they blooming love them. They will, like I say, take your fingers off for them, so they love them that way. So we're doing so well. However, blue pond again. I've got rid of the Chilodonella blooming thing, so I've redosed the pond today. This has got to be it. I can't keep putting chemicals in my pond, because especially this time of year as well. You know, we're in July, and I haven't even started feeding what I should have been feeding throughout the summer season to get the decent growth on and get some decent fat and reserves on ready for winter, when all the feeding drops off and everything. So I'm way behind in my pond now. I haven't even got them out to scrape this time. I've just dosed it, because what else can it be? I've just, on the others coming out the other side of Chilodonella, I reckon I didn't quite get what I should have done, and they started dividing and multiplying, or whatever they do for a living. Or what they shouldn't be doing here. But you can see the fish. So annoying. And it's a bummer as well, because you sit here watching them and hoping that whatever treatment we've just put in has just worked, and then we've got to start all over again, you know, getting back to the decent feeding. I'm definitely going to stick a water conditioner in, be it FOC and Koi Master Advantage after this, just to get some minerals and stuff back into the water, because the water's been rubbish. My water's been so rubbish because of me putting stuff in and stuff in there not dying as it should do, like the... See, OJ's quite lively now. So formaldehyde and malachite green back in the pond, give it a few more days, and let's see what's happening. So let's go to another day. And another day, and another dolly, you know what the saying is. So we're starting another day, and before we start this day, I want to let you know about a little visit I made to one of our subscribers, a guy called Bernie, who messaged me ages ago. If you remember right, a while back, I changed my dechlorinator from a double to a triple. Dave from DT Koi, bless him. Why did I ever start that? Bernie messaged me and said, look, you've got a double that you're not using at the moment. Is there any chance I can have that? Because I haven't got one on my system, and if you're chucking it away, and I'd forgotten about it, and then a few weeks later he messaged me and said, "Is there any chance, have you kept that thing?" Sorry, mate. I said, "Yeah. I tell you what, just tell me where you live. I'm chucking it away. Let me know where you live, and I'll chuck it over to you." So anyway, where he lives is literally a couple of miles down the road from where I was working a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, I tell you what, I'll just drop it off at your house. I'll just put it on your doorstep. He said, yeah, no problem at all. Pop over. So popped over. Bless him, gave me a cup of coffee and showed me his pond. Met his wife, showed me his pond. I was like, wow, look at that. It was great. But back home was dead long. He just walked up forever and ever and ever down his pond. Little sign, unauthorised. I did adhere to that signage, but he let me in anyway, so I could go in and have a look at his filter system in his shed. It's all sort of homemade stuff, which was blooming brilliant. He's got around the back of his shed, he's got 3 of the 3 drum filters that I believe he copied off Righty. They got the ideas off Righty's videos, and in his shed he's got the tiered filter system, like a shower system, a little bit like Andy from Peng Koi has, and UV system and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, he was going to fit that dechlorinator into his shed, which mate, it's all yours. And like I say, a cup of coffee, and I had a look around his pond and his fish, and yeah, it was a lovely little visit, it was that. So thank you Bernie, thank you for the coffee, and lovely meeting yourself and your wife, and enjoy your pond. Hope you do good on your pond. Right then, so how are we doing? To be honest, I don't know if this has worked again or not, because everybody stopped flashing around and flicking, but they're just moping around a lot. OJ's picked up loads. He's now swimming around as normal, but none of them are eating as they should be in the middle of July. Now I know the temperatures are up and down at the moment, so that might have something to do with it. But apart from that, I'm just doing this, keeping my fingers crossed, and I think the fish are just a little bit miffed, as I am, that I'm having to deal with this at this time of year. But you know, this is what the hobby's all about. This is what it is. What you got to put up with. Get on with it and move on, really. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and on this hand as well, that's it. Because if it's not, then I'll have to sort something else out and think of something else. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, ding the bell for notification, and click that like, because that makes all the difference to the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching. Good Fun Lifestyle.